Good morning, Motivational Drive-By. Coco here. It's going to actually be motivational ride-along today, because for the next couple of days, I'm going to have a guest, Michael Danahay.
Right, hi.
Get your head in there. Come on, a little over this thing.
Hi.
There you go. And he's going to drive along with me. We're having some fun. We've been talking for about an hour now, it seems. And he's going to read the quotes. So all you people who are always concerned about me, you know, not paying attention to where I'm driving.
I brought my pink shirt along, too.
It's a prerequisite if you're going to ride along with me. You've got to have a pink shirt, it would seem. Let's see if my car will start without me, the alarm going off. Okay, no problem. So, we're going to be doing, for the next few days, once again, I do these all at one time, so consequently it's
like Jeopardy. They tape them all at once, and they say that they're several days, just like that.
But in that case, they have people bring changes of clothes.
True.
So they have a little break, and they change their shirts, and
so this is like poor man's Jeopardy. So.
Very poor man's Jeopardy. But anyway, so we're gonna have some fun. We're just pulling away. We've been talking for an hour, and we're gonna. I have no idea. I'm just driving because it's motivational ride along today.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be doing some quotes from H. Jackson Brown Jr. And I don't know who he is.
We don't think it's the singer. We don't think it's the one who was dating that.
No, it wasn't that one.
No, it wasn't. It was the one who was in Kill Bill. That, well, whoever she was.
Oh, really? Uma Thurman?
No, the cute blonde from Chicago. Anyway, you Google it, you'll find out.
Yeah, somebody on Facebook had a H. Jackson Brown Jr. quote, and I thought it was really cool, and I go through my sources, and I found he had like scads of them, and they're all great. So I thought, what the heck? So I have a bunch of them, and we're going to do some of those for a couple days. So
which one do you want me to start at the top?
Okay, 137.
137. It's never deprive someone of hope. It might be all they have. That sounds like Barack Obama right there.
Yeah, hope and change. Yeah. So this is get really fun. Anyway, don't know what your politics are. Right? Anyway.
And I won't tell you, I'm a reporter.
Oh, you've got to be objective.
Right.
Right. I love that concept, sure. Could you read that one more time?
Never deprive someone of hope. It might be all they have.
Yes. How many times has somebody stepped on you? You have a dream, you have a thought, you have, something that's exciting you. And be it when you were a kid, mom or dad poo-pooed it, or your girlfriend or your best friend made a negative comment, and you kind of said, oh, and then it just shot you completely down, and from that point on, you lost all your energy, all your interest. Suddenly, nothing. Think about that time. It's happened to everybody. It's happened to me many, many times. Although I was always obstinate enough to say, forget you, I'll do it anyway. But nonetheless, it's happened to me, and I know I have been guilty in my past of making comments to people because I thought they were kidding. And that's another thing you got to be careful, because if they're, some people when they say stuff, you kind of look at them and say, what? Well, but you don't. Some people only have one good idea in their life. They actually have more, but you shoot them down one time, and they'll find a reason to never have another idea in their life. They'll do the sheeple thing. They'll follow along. They'll be a follower, not a leader. So when people around you, and you may be in a managerial position, you may be in a situation where somebody is excited about something. I know Mike being involved with, writing, I'm sure there's been times when somebody's come up with an idea and, either an editor says go with it or shoot you down, and then it's got to be, it's got to hurt, or, at some point you got to say, well, I'm going to stop contributing. I'm going to, I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So be careful when you're dealing with people, and, like I said, it may be so insignificant to you in your mind. They say something and you think, oh, wow, where did that come from?
Two things on this one, though. What if you give people false hopes?
If somebody has passion, if somebody passionately wants to do something, as long as it's not going to, potentially kill them, what's wrong with letting them fail? I mean, I have been taught that you learn far more from your failures than you'll ever learn from your successes. Thus, I am a genius.
But isn't this how a con man operates, though? Because he works on people's hopes, and so he builds people's hopes. So you got to be careful with hope sometimes too, because you can prey on people who are who in their hopes.
Oh, okay, good point. I am not really, in this case, I'm seeing this more as a situation where somebody has an idea, somebody has a need, want, or desire, and it's a matter of you can either step on it or you can say go for it. I don't see it as me manipulating them into anything. I think it's just either a support or a non-support kind of thing.
The other thing, though, that is, to me, is if people are hopeless, those are the people who are going to tend to do the really bad things, because if you don't have hope, then if you don't have any reason, then what the hell?
Exactly. No.
So.
Exactly. I mean, that's when desperation and oftentimes, you know, the whole criminal concept can come through, where, you know, people believe that there's, you know, what the heck? Why? You know, everybody. You know, the line. Everybody else is stealing. Everybody else is cheating. Everybody else is lying. So why shouldn't I? You know, I've always said, and if you've heard this, you know, take the high road. Be a better person today than you were tomorrow, than you were yesterday, and always strive to be better. But there's people out there who don't buy that. So okay, good point.
Okay.
Think about this, and what we'll do is Mike and I will be back tomorrow. Have a most excellent day, and talk to you then.